Pisces, here we go. We are looking into your energy. All right, we're slowly moving out of eclipse season, we're out of eclipse season. We're slowly moving out of retrograde is what I meant to say. We also have the full moon in Scorpio, which I feel this is going to be the final purge. But what a shift in energy, let me tell you. Interesting time this month. Okay, so let's go into your reading here and take a look. Pisces. Challenge. And your outcome. Okay. Let's take a look. Okay, Pisces. You have the Messenger of Air is your current energy. You have the Eight of Water under the deck. Bottom of the deck, you have Page of Earth as in your challenge. And your Five of Earth as your outcome. Okay, if you know the tarot, don't get discouraged with the Five of Earth because I'm going to look deeper into it, and the Eight of Water as well emotionally. So emotionally, you are moving on. You're in a transition right now where you're letting go of the past. Now, it could even be a friendship, a relationship, an old sense of self, but moving towards something more meaningful, moving towards something that is connected with your heart, something that is going to be fulfilling. You have the Messenger of Air as your main energy. So you might even feel very communicative right now. You might be starting something, initiating something to do with language, to do with communication, to do with maybe writing or speaking. There could be a lot of dialogue also with other people. I'll look deeper into it, of course. You have the Page of Earth as your challenge. Yeah, so in the practical, in the material, it could be financial, career, home, even health and wellness on the earth plane. You have these two energies here coming in. Now we are moving into Taurus season fairly soon. I don't even know what day it is, honestly, to be fully open. But the Page of Earth and the Five of Earth it's interesting that all this earth energy is coming in, but it's sort of more of a challenge because you're more in the water and the air right now. And the Page of Earth and the challenge is signifying, I feel, almost as if what you are thinking about, planning, working on, or even communicating, there's something that hasn't quite materialized out of your efforts maybe, or out of maybe research, but I feel you're in a transition. That's why you may not see the results that you may be expecting in the material just yet, because you're in the air, which is important. And you're in this phase right now to do with the intellect, to do with the mind. Like I said, it could be researching, excuse me. Sorry, I had a tickle in my throat and then there was a phone going off in the house. Okay, so we have the Page of Earth, as I mentioned, in the challenge. So it's sort of almost, there could maybe even, I just want to throw this out there, maybe a fear of starting something new. There could be apprehension, even if you've gone through failure in the past, there may be a fear or hesitation to do something again. So there's a bit of a block with building in the material world right now. It could be external or internal. You have the Five of Earth as the outcome. So just hold on with that one before. I'm not going to go into it just yet. I want some clarifiers on it. So the Messenger of Air for Pisces is your current energy. Oh, so you have a fire and earth, fire. Okay. You have the Eight of Earth with the 7 and 5 and 9 of fire. Okay, so you are hard at work. But it's almost as if you're hard at work, mastering your craft, maybe even research and studying, investing into your future, very determined, you might even be working a lot, but there's still something that you're hoping to materialize but hasn't quite yet. Or even there is maybe a new opportunity on the horizon, but again, it hasn't solidified. It hasn't really taken form yet, or there could be a block, there could be a fear. I'll look deeper into it and see what that's all about. But you have the 7 and 5 of fire coming in. There's one part of you, I feel, that is very determined and very clear and very focused. Especially with that Messenger of Air, I feel that you almost know exactly what to do and where to focus your energy. It's almost like laser sharp focus. But on the fire side, on the energetics, I feel that there could be a very intense surge of energy. It's almost like a fluctuation of energy. I want to say almost like a dealing with a lot of people, maybe even trigger responses, maybe even intensities. But then you still have this focus. It's a very polarized kind of, no, maybe not, that's not the right word, very, very dynamic, but completely different type of stories happening here between this one and that one. So like I said, on this one, it's very focused, very clear. And then on this one, it's sort of, there's like a kerfuffle happening, and it could have something to do with you and other people. It could be your energetic self. And also maybe to do with the Page of Earth, there is this, I feel you might be working on really rising above the critics or those who are maybe challenging you, or it could even be from internal self. But also the Five of Fire could be to do with, I feel for some of you, you're really rising above other people. And I mean rising above as in taking the higher ground, not getting as triggered or responsive. I mean, I feel there is a bit of responsiveness here, or sort of angst, or you might get pulled in different directions from other people, but I also feel that you're really trying to work through this so that you can keep your focus. So you may be pulled off track by other people and responsibilities, but it's in the energetics. So you might even be feeling very separated or scattered in one sense, but I feel that you're really trying to focus on, it's almost like something's pulling you away from your focus. And then you might get a bit frazzled or pulled off your course. And I feel like that's where the Nine of Wands is coming in, Nine of Fire, where you are basically like, I am blocking you all. I'm going to create boundaries. I'm going to block it. I'm going to focus on myself and work hard to get to where I need to go. And so I feel that this could be a bit of a barrier that you may put, a bit of a boundary, so that you can focus on going all in, I feel, in something that you're focused on. So let's go into the Page of Earth for Pisces. This is your challenge, right? And your guidance. Oh, you have two. I know what those are. Oof, look at that. Okay. Well, you have the Page of Earth. These are the clarifiers so it's going to go back into what I said also originally with the Page of Earth and the challenge position. So a lot within the emotions. Okay, a lot happening here. So you might be, it's almost as if you're not quite sure what to do or what move to make or how to make it happen. It's I feel right now the best guidance here is to use your intuition and to manifest. You have the Magician. Okay, this is one of my best, I don't say best, that's not the right term, one of my favorite, not that I really have favorites per se, but the Magician and the High Priestess and the Magician and the Empress. When you see these readings, I get a bit excited about them because they are very powerful to work with together. And this is your guidance here. This is all your guidance here. So right now you're almost stuck in the emotions, and almost, it could be a very ethereal feeling, almost stuck in maybe the feels, the emotions. And maybe the emotions might be, for some of you, getting the best of you. And it's not a bad thing. Emotions have to run its course, but I'll go into the guidance as well. So you might be at a bit of a pause right now of the knowing, the internal knowing, or the feeling of what to do. So you might be in this fiery energetic where in the emotions, your intuition, your creativity, you're not exactly sure where to channel your energy or even to where to make a move to. I feel it's sort of this nebulous phase that you're in right now. And so your emotions might be out of balance. You might be feeling emotional, very sensitive, or even very recluse and almost cutting yourself off in some kind of way or holding back with the emotions. But your guidance is the Magician and the High Priestess with the Ace of Cups. So this one is saying to follow your heart. You have a new opportunity on the horizon. Listen to your intuition, right? Because you have an incredible intuitive sense of self, a sense of direction, creative genius that you can draw on at any time. But what's happening is the energetics, I feel, of this situation, if it's other people or within yourself, is almost just is kind of a bit of a distraction, but not a conscious distraction. It's something that is almost pulling you away from really creating space to listen to your heart, to listen to your creative genius, to listen to your higher self, and manifest. So this is your guidance. It's all around starting this new path or starting a new cycle or a new opportunity or a new project by listening to your higher self, by tuning in, by connecting and letting that be your guide, and not dismissing it, not ignoring it. This is letting it out, letting it out and just let it do its thing. Let synchronicities happen, but also know what you want. Like have that, the as above, so below, but also the deep trust that there's a lot happening in the unseen as well as the material, right? And so things are going to fall into place when you are aligned, when you are listening, when you are tuned in. Even if the rational mind doesn't make sense of it, it still is, it's your gift. It's Pisces' gift. It's your intuitive sense of self is very strong. So definitely don't dismiss that. Okay, so the 5 of Earth is your outcome. Okay. Oh, double 5 of Earth and the Emperor. Okay, so you have some big cards coming through here as your outcome. You also have a double 5 of Pentacles. Okay, for some of you, let's take a look. 8 of Swords. For some of you, the 5 of Earth here is going to resemble a feeling, a sense of loss. There may have been a financial setback. You may have felt as though you're going back a few steps in the material world, in the material realm, when that really isn't the case. It may be in the physical, but in the other, I feel the ethereal aspect of yourself, you're making a lot of progress, but it may not feel that way in the practical realm, in the monetary environment or with monetary reward. The 7 of Pentacles, there could be a dissatisfaction with the pace of growth or lack of. And so you may be feeling a bit discouraged with how things are moving or not moving. You may have had a financial loss or maybe struggling either financially or independently, or maybe even out from a relationship for some of you. But you have Justice here with the Emperor. So Justice, Libra energy, this is all about coming into balance. I also have to add, because we had the solar eclipse in October started a very big change for a lot of us to do with, could be karma, could be relationships, balance being restored in some kind of way. This is what is happening. So if you have gone through a big shift over the last 7 months now, it has happened for you, so that balance can be restored in a very significant part of yourself. And the balance is now coming in and restoring your reality in alignment with something greater and with who you truly are. So you may have gone through quite a big shift. And yes, there may have been a feeling of a setback in some kind of way, but it's a restructuring, right? So Justice here is coming in as balance being restored, truth being revealed, maybe something being set right, maybe a new contract coming in here, and you have the Emperor. And so this is rising into your divine masculine, being very pragmatic, being very logical, very assertive. I was going to say aggressive, but it could be aggressive. It doesn't have to be in an unhealthy way. It can be in a healthy way, being a provider, but it's also creating a lot of overthinking too. So there could be, worry. Let's take a peek even more. The 10 of Swords. I feel for some of you, you could be going through an identity shift. with the loss of identity, it's the mind. So it could be a shift within old belief systems, fear, worry, self-sabotage, overthinking. But it's like a purge within the mind, within the belief system. It could be even within the shadow, truthfully. I feel that you could go through a big mental purge, but it's going to give you this. Like this behind the Emperor is basically what is happening under the surface to empower you more so that you can have more agency within yourself. Okay, so let's go into the Animal Oracle to close for Pisces, the Moth Spirit. I just took a peek. Okay, so that couldn't be more perfect. You have Moth Spirit and Peacock Spirit. You have 39, 46. Moth Spirit, who else had this? There was another zodiac. Virgo, I think, had it. If you have Virgo in your chart, you might want to watch the Virgo video as well. But surrender now. So this is the moth, the metamorphosis of the moth. And the moth comes from the dark night of the soul. It comes from deep, deep, dark transformation. So this is something you could have been going through, and it's leading you to the Peacock Spirit. Look at this. Let it shine. The heart opening, all the light coming out, and let it shine. So this is where you're going. And it's quite a process, but more and more, especially working with that heart energy of yours, the emotions, yeah, definitely coming together for you. All right there, Pisces, I'm wishing you all the best, and I will see you again very soon. Take care.